All right, we are outside on this overcast day, but Derek always brings the sunshine and the colors that we put in our lovely garden. And this is Derek Thomas, of course, our garden guru with How Does Your Garden Grow? And today we're talking all things bulbs, right?
All things bulbs.
Okay.
And you know, this segment is inspired because I was at a big, store.
Right.
And returning something, and there was a woman in front of me returning some daffodils that looked like this, and wanted her warranty because the plants were dead and they were supposed to last for a year. Bulbs are food storage vessels for plants.
Okay.
Not all bulbs are bulbs, and I know that may sound weird, but there are different types of bulbs. A lily bulb is a bulb because it will come back, it will grow, it will get bigger each year. We've got rhizomes, which are kind of fleshy root outgrowths that also store food. We've got corms. This corm only lasts 1 year, but by the end of the time this flowers, it has produced another corm on top.
Okay.
And then we've got tubers, like in the case of this tuberous begonia, which will also, this tuber will last for years. So you have to know what you're getting into.
Right. Okay, so you're saying this doesn't look like a bulb, but it is a bulb.
It is a bulb in premise because it stores food for the following year. You can see the new growth coming out.
Okay.
What you want to do with daffodils, daffodils only last about a week. When they're at their peak, they're looking wonderful like that, but they are not plants that bloom throughout the season.
Okay.
When your daffodils start to look like this, the biggest thing that you want to do is you want to deadhead them, which means you want to remove the spent flower blossoms below where the seed would have formed, and you want to make sure that you tie, you do not tie them back like that. I have seen recently people are tying their daffodils in a knot like this.
Okay.
Don't do that.
How should you do it?
It's the same as putting a string on your finger and tying it tight.
Yeah.
You'll cut off the circulation. The plant needs to photosynthesize. If you find this unruly, lay it down in the landscape and plant something around it. Now, the other thing to think about is if you want a plant that's going to bloom continuously through the season, there are different types of corms and tubers that will do that.
Okay.
This tuberous begonia will bloom all summer long.
So pretty.
So you can have a bulb and have continuous bloom, but just know what you're planting.
What you got, right? But let me ask you this: so when the lady brought this back, it's not going to stay like this all the time. She just needed to know what to do when it's like this.
And no one could know, and that's why you should go to a professional nursery.
Okay.
Because she was at a hardware store.
Yeah.
And no one there, both people left the encounter upset.
Right. Okay.
These will come back, but next year.
You got to know what to do.
The other thing to think about is when you're planting something like this tuberous begonia, remember I said it'll bloom all season. What you want to do is you want to put it down about 3 inches deep and cover it over. Make sure that you put out the tuberous begonias, the caladiums, anything that are sensitive corms after April 15th, which is the frost-free date, because if the soil is too cool, they will rot, they won't grow. The other thing to think about, some people like lilies, but they don't have the space. A lily bulb is actually in the onion family. You can also put lilies in a pot. It's going to need a lot more water than what your normal plants would. Now, what I like to do is right on top of that, pop in another little plant, like some pansies or some impatiens or something like that. The lilies are going to come up through that.
Really?
And you're going to have 2 different types of plants in one container.
That's
and you'll
wonderful.
be the rave of everyone.
Yes, you will be. And you can say you learned it right here on Fox5 Morning News because Derek Thomas of Thomas Landscapes told you so. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Thomas Landscapes.
And happy spring to you.
Happy spring.
Okay. We will be right back after this short break.
The Fox 5 weather app. Look 10 days ahead or hour by hour. View today's video forecast and radar that can pinpoint your neighborhood free at your App Store or Android Market.